going on, Jerome's? It's time for the Week 15 NFL picks. Again, entertainment purposes only. Last week was not great, so we went 4-9. It was really rough, man. And we are, what are we at? We're 85, 90, and 8 on the season. So we're far below the mythical 52.4 whatever percent that we need to break even. But again, entertainment purposes only, and picking the entire card is very dumb. So again, take everything with a grain of salt. Saturday games, Vikings 3-point dogs on the road against the Bengals. Give me the Vikings. That's right, baby. Hey, give me some points. I think that the Vikings do win outright. I think that the defense is going to confuse Jumpin' Jake Brown and make him throw deep. He'll serve up a meatball or two. I think Jamar Chase is going to prove that he is not better than Justin Jefferson. baby. And I think Mullins will distribute and be efficient and effective. And I think the Vikings get the win outright. So sprinkling a little on the money line as well as taking the points. Next up, Steelers at Indianapolis. Indy, I mean, they're being held together by duct tape and baling wire, but I think that they are a little bit plucky. I like Gardner Minshew. I think Pittman is extremely underrated. Zach Moss is perfectly fine in for Taylor. So Pittsburgh, I just don't know. Like Trubisky, I do not believe in. And even though they do have that extra time, I think Indianapolis gets it done at home. So give me Indianapolis fading the 1.5. Next up, last of the Saturday game. So Denver with stupid-ass Sean Payton and a stupid-ass face in Detroit take on the fraudulent Detroit Lions. I think the Lions crap the bed in this one again. They just lost to the Bears, and they should have lost to the Bears 4 weeks ago. They lost to the Packers, and I think that there's a good chance that the Lions lose out. So they got this game. They got 2 games against the Vikings, and then they're at Dallas week 17. So I think this one, not only does Denver cover with the 4.5, I think they win outright. So again, Minnesota and Denver, I'm taking the points and sprinkling just a little bit on that money line. Noon games on Sunday. Tampa Bay, NFC Central Division rivalry renewed. So I mean, Tampa's looking good, and good in terms of NFC North scale. But the Packers are a bit of a mess right now, and you hate to see it. It's good times, man. Just got beat by Tommy Cutlets. But I do think that Tampa Bay is starting to get things together offensively as well as defensively. So I think they go into Lambeau. I'm not saying that they win. Not got a good feel about this one, but could this be like a 2017 type game? Yes. So give me the 3 points and the hook. Next up, you got the Bears. The Bears are, hate to say it, are actually playing pretty decently at this point in time on the road against Jumpin' Joe Flacco and the Browns. Now, the Browns defense is playing lights out right now, but I think this could devolve into like an ugly rock fight type game. I mean, this could be like 16-13. So the 3 points and the hook. Give me the Bears in the spot. Next up, the Texans. C.J. Stroud banged up. Nico Collins questionable. Well, Stroud's doubtful. I don't think he's going to play. Tank Dell's obviously out too. And Houston has looked good, except I think the clock has run out. And the Titans, which really sucks, they're wearing the throwback Houston Oilers uniforms, which is just like rubbing in their faces. It really does suck. But Tennessee is favored by a field goal in this spot, and I feel like they're going to carry that Monday night momentum. I think they could rack up and stack up a couple games in this spot. Give me Tajay Spears to have a nice little game too. So give me Tennessee fading the field goal. Next up, you got the Jets. Jets playing the Dolphins now. Jets coming off a big-time emotional win against the Texans, and the Dolphins got embarrassed against the Titans. Now, this is a spot where you would expect Miami to just beat them down by multiple touchdowns, and I actually do think that that's going to happen. Even though the Dolphins are fading a couple injuries, Tyreek Hill, a little bit questionable, but I think this is a spot where people are going to overreact to what they saw last week. The Jets are not a good football team, simply are not, and the Dolphins, it's in division, and I do think that Miami will bounce back and cover and win by double digits. Next up, Kansas City and New England. Again, sometimes we fall into this trap too, but I also think that New England underachieved all season. Kansas City is massively overrated, and they have problems all over the place. I think that there's a little bit of infighting going on too, and I do think that they go into New England and win, except I don't think it's huge. So give me New England plus the 8. Could this end up being like a 27-20 type game? Certainly. Next up, the Giants. getting 5.5 at the Saints. So the Saints are banged up too. A number of key players questionable. The Giants, I just can't keep on fading what Tommy Cutlets is doing. And also, Kayvon Thibodeau is really rebounded in year 2 and playing like a star edge rusher. So New Orleans, I mean, Ramczyk is dinged up. I think that they do get after it, and I think that New Orleans, I don't think they cover. I think that the Saints may win, but give me the Giants plus 5.5 in this spot. I think this could be an ugly game. Speaking of ugly games, the Falcons and the Panthers, that's all we got to say. That's all I got to say. Just Carolina is a mess. Atlanta, frankly, is a mess too. They'll just be a mess together. But I think Atlanta fades a field goal on the road. 3 late games. San Francisco at Arizona. The Niners are rolling. So San Francisco didn't cover against the Seahawks. I don't think that they cover against the Cardinals either, where Arizona's obviously had its issues, but I do think that Kyler does perform well against San Francisco. Familiarity is a key thing here. And San Francisco, I think that they're not in like complete beatdown mode anymore. I think they're in, hey, let's keep cruising. Let's get everyone healthy. Let's get the 1 seed, as opposed to just like when you get hyped up to beat down the Eagles or beat down the Cowboys. So I think that they're in maintenance mode in this spot. I think that San Francisco wins by double digits, but it's low. Is this like a San Francisco 30-23 type game, a little backdoor cover action? Sure. Actually, defense give up that much? No. Anyways, give me Cardinals and the points. Next up, Dallas and Buffalo. And I still don't believe in the Bills. I mean, I know that they went into Arrowhead, but the Chiefs are not the Chiefs at this point in time. And Dallas, like, this is a big time opportunity to make a statement I think this is America's game of the week in that window. So give me Dallas plus the points. Plus, I think they went outright, so a little bit on the money line. Washington at the Rams. Ugh. Washington is a mess right now, but the Rams are starting to click. I think that the taste of that close loss against the Ravens will stick in their craw, and I think that they'll turn it up against the Commies. Sunday Night Football, Ravens at the Jaguars. Now, this is going to be a heavyweight battle, but I feel like Jacksonville dealing with so many injuries, and Trevor Lawrence ain't right. I think this is a spot where the Ravens go down to Jacksonville and just put the bang thing on them. This is a flex your muscles on national TV type game. I think the Ravens get it done. Lastly, Philly at Seattle. I know that Seattle's struggling to try and not lose 5 games in a row, but I think Philly does win, and I think that they do cover. I think this ends up being like a 27-20 type game. I know that Philly has a number of issues. Notably, their offense and Jalen Hurts, questionable beyond the tush push, but I think they go up to the Pacific Northwest and get it done. But that's it. Week 15 NFL picks, sure to go wrong. Entertainment purposes only. You know what's up. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.